What's up guys? Welcome back to part 5. Today we're going to go ahead and fill the CPU loop, do the leak test, and start getting things installed. My name is Dan and you're watching TekMod. Before we get started today, I'd like to give a huge thank you to all the new subscribers. We're getting ready to start the 3rd week of the channel and already the response has been amazing. As of right now, we're already sitting at 174 subscribers, so I can't thank you guys enough for that. If you have any questions, comments, or suggestions on videos, make sure you leave them down in the comments and I'll reply as soon as I can. Again guys, I can't tell you how much I appreciate all the new subscriptions, the comments, the likes. You guys are awesome. All that being said, let's go ahead and get started. Alright guys, just a quick update on the build. I went ahead and did the CPU loop on video, however, most of those videos ended up getting lost. So I was forced to leave the tube bending out of this part. For now, I'll just kind of explain what I did. Now this bend here was probably the most difficult. It took me about 4 or 5 tries to finally get it right. But I wanted something that was different. So what I did was I came out of the pump and did a 180-degree turn towards the back. From there I went straight up, then back across the motherboard, straight up into the back of the radiator. From there I went down and into the CPU block, out of the CPU lock into the VRM, then out of the VRM back into the reservoir. I don't have a whole lot of stuff wired in the back yet, so I'm going to go ahead and get that done first. Now when I'm doing the leak test, all I want plugged in is the pump. The motherboard, the graphics, everything else needs to be unplugged just in case there is a leak that won't cause an issue. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and start by removing this radiator. It's just going to be in the way for now and I don't really need it yet, so I'm going to go ahead and take it out. Alright guys, like I said before, all I want plugged in is the pump. I'm going to go ahead and plug in the 24 pin just so that I can jump it and have power provided to the pump. This is the jumper I'll be using for the 24 pin. And I'm also going to need the lovely Molex connector. Now I went ahead and labeled these CPU and GPU, but I'm going to double check just to make sure that I labeled them correctly. Okay, everything's plugged in, so I'm going to go ahead and flip it around and start filling. Alright guys, for the first fill I'm just using straight distilled water. This is just for the leak test, so it's also going to help me kind of flush out the radiator just in case there's any extra stuff in there. I did flush them out before I installed it, but just to be safe, it's a good idea to go ahead and flush it again anyway. Make sure the valve's closed. That's open, that's closed. Okay, reservoir is full, so I'm going to go ahead and put some paper towels down and turn it on. Whenever you fill your loops, what you want to do is fill your reservoir all the way up, turn the pump on until it gets low, and then shut your pump back off. Never run your pumps dry because that's how the bearings get lubrication, is through the water. Now I can go ahead and fill it back up. So far it looks good. I'm gonna go ahead and let it run for a couple hours just to make sure that there's no leaks. Alright, it's been running for probably about 4 hours now. Everything looks to be dry, so I'm gonna go ahead and drain the water out and add the coolant. just in case any of you were wondering, I don't remember if I mentioned this before, but I am using the Mayhem's Pastel Blue. I know a lot of people have had issues with discoloration, but I'm going to go ahead and give it a try anyway. So here we go. Let's see what happens. There is no beeper on it yet either, but it looks like we passed. Alright, there we go guys. Everything's on, everything's running. I'm going to go ahead and start setting it up, and we'll be back. Alright guys, so I figured out that the Silverstone PWM fan hubs I was using aren't going to work. Because I'm using the 3-pin fans, they're not showing up on the motherboard. So I'll go ahead and switch those out in a later video. That's all I got for today guys. If you liked the video, go ahead and drop a like. Be sure to subscribe to the page and we'll see you next time. Thanks for stopping by.